Hi, everyone, and welcome to another round of the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. This time, it's postseason. That's right, it's 2016. October is underway. The DS is on tap, and Carlos Baerga has joined us in the cage. Carlos, how you doing?
I'm doing great, my friend.
I know I'm excited. I know fans are incredibly excited because I have a lot of questions already fired up on the app and on social media, so we're going to get to that. Fans, if you don't know the drill, and you should by now because it's October, get in line, get your device fired up, join us here, get some FaceTime with Carlos, ask him a question directly. Otherwise, you have to listen to my voice, and really, we don't want to do that.
Let's be ready to take BP right now.
That's right. Let's set him up. Let's get it going. I like this one right off the bat. It is from Appy07. Carlos, who's your favorite player playing right now?
Right now, I like Altuve, man. Altuve, he impressed me a lot because he's so leader. You know, and to be a guy that have the last 3 years, there's never been a second baseman that had 3 years like the way he had it. It's been unbelievable. I played second base for a lot of years. And what this guy's been doing is amazing. You know, this year almost got 100 RBIs. He almost tied my record. You know, I'm still only the second baseman in the American League with 200 hits, 300 batting average, 100 RBIs, 100 runs, over 20 home runs, and he almost got it. So he's a special guy.
Altuve certainly is a very special guy. A lot of fun to watch. And there you have it, folks. Just like that. Get your questions in. Hear how Carlos feels about the current state of baseball, maybe the baseball when he was playing, how those two things play out. Get your device fired up and join us here in the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. Like this fan. What's your name? What's your question for Carlos?
Hey, Carlos, what's going on? My name is Chuck from Akron.
Hi.
And
how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. My question for you is, what do you think about the city of Cleveland's recent success?
I'm very happy. You know, what LeBron did for us, it take a little bit of pressure off of the baseball team. You know, I think he opened the door. Since 1948, we don't have a championship. The Cavaliers win. Now the baseball team, Lindor said yesterday, I want to thank LeBron. Now the pressure is less for us. Now we have to have fun and try to do the same things that you guys did, and that's what it's all about, man. Our guys this year, they remind me that the 1995 teams that we used to have, but they're having fun, and that's what it's all about.
A very exciting time, and I like that. A tip of the hat to the king for making it easier on the team.
Yes.
Well done. City
Yes.
Cleveland is fired up. That's Carlos Baerga. I am JB. I'm going to go back. I'm going to cue this up right now. I'm going to stay in the postseason conversation. EDJ question of the day. Carlos, what are the best memories you have of competing in the postseason?
The best memory is, you know, that Game 6 against Randy Johnson. I was saying last night, when two pitchers are pitching like that, you have to do something crazy to make the guy mad, and then, you know, we can score. And that's what happened. That's how we beat Randy Johnson in Game 6.
A great way to describe it, too, and touching on some of the differences in how things were played maybe then and sort of the approach now. That nobody did anything too out of the ordinary last night or the night before. It was all pretty predictable. We have no idea what fans have to say when they join the cage. Let's find out. Hey, young fan, what's your name? What's your question for Carlos?
Hi, my name is Lewis, and I wanted to know, how do you feel about the Indians' postseason race?
I think we are in a great position right now. I understand that we lost two guys, you know, and Carrasco and Salazar, that they're not going to be pitching for us. But you know what? In the last week, everybody step up. You know, the pitching staff step up. You know, the hitters step up. And when you have when you have a team like the way you know we played this year, and you have a manager like Terry Francona, they know how to win. He win the World Series with Boston. He know the team better than everybody know. You know, the Boston Red Sox. We have a pretty good chance. I understand and I know Boston Red Sox is the best hitting club in the league this year. Run scorer too, stuff like that. But the guys that we need to be careful is David Ortiz.
And he's having quite the farewell season, so I would definitely be wary of him indeed. I do want to follow up on that. MLB Fans app has a great question to follow up right on that. Lou I wants to know, so what do the Indians need to do to shut down that big Boston offense?
I think we need to bunt. We need to do hit and runs. We need to play the small game. You know, we need to, to start running against Boston. We have to put pressure on the team, and our pitching staff have to step up. I think Bauer had the biggest gain of his career is going to be today. If we beat the Boston Red Sox today, we have a pretty good chance to win 2 games at Cleveland and go to Boston. If not, it had to put pressure on Kluber on the second day. But we have a great opportunity, and I think Bauer, he don't pitch that good on September. Now he have the opportunity to come back because the rest that he have and do a great job for us.
All right, a lot on Bauer there as we look for a great DS between those two incredible teams in the AL. This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. I'm JB. That's Carlos Baerga. Fans, get fired up. Be a part of the conversation. Get FaceTime with Carlos, like this fan right here. And if I'm not mistaken, Carlos, this question is going to be in Spanish, so if you could do us a favor and translate the question before you answer,
Perfect.
I would certainly appreciate it,
Perfect.
as with the rest of the fans. Fan, what's your name, and what is your question?
Mi hermano, ¿cuál es tu nombre?
Randy Robles.
Randy Robles.
Randy Robles, aquí de Puerto Rico.
His name is Randy Robles from Puerto Rico. Dímelo,
Saludos,
Randy.
Carlos, te pregunto, ¿qué crees sobre la ofensiva de los Boston Red Sox, siendo un equipo que está pateando varios bateadores por encima de los 300, ahora comenzando los playoffs?
He asked me a question about the Boston Red Sox offensive team. I'm going to tell you something. I compare that offensive team with the Cleveland Indians 1995 that I play with. When you have David Ortiz having the year that he's having, you have Mookie Betts, you have Bradley, you have Bogart, and then you have Pedroia that nobody talk about. He finished second in the league in hitting. You have a really good offensive team. And then I was going to forget Ramirez, too. That he got 30 home runs, almost 100 RBIs. We have to be careful, and you have to realize that you are going through maybe the best team in the American League in this playoff. So you have to go pitch by pitch, inning by inning, out by out. You have to really play really good, but we need to put pressure on the pitching staff.
Great question. Thank you for that Spanish interpretation as well. Appreciate that very much. That's Carlos Baerga. I am JB. We look forward to this postseason 2016. Get your questions in. Hashtag Chatting Cage on Twitter or the MLB Fans app, like this question. And Carlos, there's a lot of questions about this. I'm going to sort of put this under one big umbrella from Ioannis is the best. Do you think baseball has changed a lot since the last time you played, Carlos?
Well, that's a lot of changes. When I said a lot of changes, now we have instant replay. Now we have you cannot slide hard through home plate. You cannot slide hard now this year, through a second base.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of changes. But I think we're going through a great moment right now that a lot of young players stepping up and having a great year, stuff like that. And I think we're gonna get bigger. Maybe the next couple of years there's gonna be two more teams coming up to the league. So a lot of things is happening, and I think baseball is growing. Different countries too. So I believe that this is the best time of Major League Baseball.
Fans with us, what's your name? What's your question? What's your question for Carlos?
Hi, Carlos. This is Matt in New York. I want to know what's your favorite baseball memory?
I'm sorry that I had to say you from New York. April 8, 1993, I became the first second baseman to hit 2 home runs in the same inning. One against Steve Howe, and then in the same inning, I came up from the left side and I hit another home run against Steve Farr. That was my first record that I make in the big leagues.
There's a great question there and a great answer. Those of us locally that might have been around might remember that. Maybe didn't cheer it, but it's a great moment, no doubt. I think I might know the questions, but I love the idea behind from Red Bostonian, which is interesting enough. What do you prefer more, playing baseball or coaching it?
You know what? I love play baseball. I love to be in the field. Every time that I go to the game, I work for the Cleveland Indians right now. I'm a special advisor for them. But every time that I go to the ballpark, it's hard for me to have a guy third base and second base. I used to be a hitter that liked to drive in runs and stuff like that. It's hard. But you know what? I'm a blessed guy that I had the opportunity in the last 4 years to manage and to be one of the coaches for the national team in Puerto Rico. In the Baseball Classic, when Dominican beat us in 2013, I was the bench coach, and I'm going to be the bench coach next year again when the Baseball Classic come on. So I love to coach. I love to teach. I love to be with the guys, but I think playing baseball, I like to hit that fastball, man. I want to be there. Yeah.
I would say, having never done it at that level, I would say that probably is a pretty good feeling.
I have to say, man, that it's something that you have it inside. You want to be in there, no matter if you cannot even walk.
It is remarkable. And I just want to sort of get. We've come off the 2 evenings of those incredible wild card games as a guy who's played at that level in the postseason. But that new format, that one-game wild card event, what was it like for those players? Because it seemed like it was off the chart from the very first pitch.
Let me tell you something. The people they don't understand. You don't even go to sleep. You sleeping and you thinking the ball is coming to you. They're hitting the ball to you. What I gonna do if they hit the ball, to right field or something like that? You always thinking about the game. What's gonna happen? You want to get to the ballpark early. I remember the playoff came in. We was in the ballpark already 12 o'clock in the afternoon when the game was at 8. Stuff like that happen when you come to the playoff. And I know I can imagine what happened with the Baltimore Orioles, that day after they got eliminated. Last night, the New York Mets, a great game, almost 9 innings, no runs, and then, Gillespie hit the home run. It's something special. I want to say something about that guy, Gillespie, man. That guy got drafted in 2008 by the Giants. He got traded to the Angels, and then he got released, and then he came back to the Giants again. It's something unbelievable. You have to make a movie for that, and then he hit a home run to put the team to go to the playoffs. That's amazing.
It is amazing, and I believe that baseball has that opportunity more than any other sport in the world.
Yes, it's true.
Absolutely magical and exciting. Carlos, do you have a good time talking to the fans, hanging out in the cage?
I love it. Invite me again. I want to be with you. And remember, and here, keep watching MLB.com, man. Cage, man.
That's the best. We got the promo. We didn't even ask you to do it. We appreciate that. That's Carlos Baerga. A very exciting 2016 postseason. We'll see you on the next round of the Edward Jones Chatting Cage.
Thank you, bro.